I'm a 28-year-old woman and I'm currently in my panic years. Panic years are the ages from 28 to 35 as a woman where you have to decide, do you want kids, do you want to focus on your career, or do you want none of those things? And for me, I've always wanted kids, I've always wanted to be a mom, but at the moment, I'm just not ready. So I've been focusing on my career, but at the same time, everyone around me is having kids, getting married, settling down, and I'm kind of just getting started and I just want to keep traveling and having fun. And the thing is, being a woman, you do have a body clock, don't care what anyone says. And you also think, do I want to be an old mum? Do you know what I mean? Like, or do I want to be a young mum, like if I had kids right now? So yeah, it's definitely a stressful time, but I just want to keep traveling and having fun for a few years until I'm in my 30s, and then I'll probably decide.
If a woman waits until she's almost 30 to start thinking about whether or not she wants to have children, then she's already missed the boat. That's something she needed to consider almost a decade ago. Instead, she just wants an extension of her fun years. Modern women are freaking out that men are not playing their games anymore. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way in, and let's get into it.
That 51-year-old man I went on a date with sent me such an insecure, like passive-aggressive text the other day. Toxic and controlling men turn so quickly because leading up to the date, he specifically was like, if you want to take days to respond to me, it's no problem. I'm just a guy. You don't know me. Then, as you all know, I went on that one date last week, and then I had Friendsgiving this weekend, which he knew about, and I told him I was busy. So when he texted me, I did not respond. I had other things to do. To be so honest, I was just gonna ghost him.
She's complaining for literally no reason. He sent her a text message and she couldn't be bothered to respond and was even planning on ghosting him, but she only gets bent out of shape when he beats her to the punch by rejecting her first. That's why she's so upset.
And then he sent me a message, well, I guess this is your way of telling me you're not interested. Anyway, no problem. Have a good day. Jesus Christ. And I was like, hey, what happened to the chill guy that knew he wasn't a priority? And you know what this man did? He sent me a video message. A video message. I have so much secondhand embarrassment and cringe just when I think about it. I have not watched it. I probably will not watch it. I will honestly probably forward it to one of my friends to watch for them to give me the recap, because it's so cringy. I cannot believe he sent me a video message.
That text wasn't passive aggressive. He sent a message and she ignored it, so he put two and two together and figured it wasn't going to work out. And it sounds like he made the right call, because the second it happened, she went online in a pathetic attempt to shame him.
The having a roster dating advice is always such a funny one, because it's always coming from like married women who give dating advice out there, or from women who clearly aren't dating in 2025, because if you were, you would realize like there's not that many men to actually have a roster with. And I just think it's dumb, because why would you waste your time texting, talking, hanging out with guys, multiple guys, just so that you're like, just for God forbid if maybe that one doesn't go right, then you just go to the next one. Like,
it's amazing how the one group of women who might be qualified to give out relationship advice are the very same women that are getting ignored. Having a roster is not only disrespectful, but it also shows how little a woman actually cares about finding a guy.
that is so silly to me. So silly to me, and you're just wasting your time and energy on men. You're censoring men again, and they told us not to, right? But yeah, go have a roster. I don't know. I think the dating advice out there is just crazy to me. You don't need a roster. You can just be like single and live your life and not be bothered by texting guys back because they only want a pen pal sometimes at this stage in their life. I don't know. I think that's my thought on it.
The only reason why she's telling people to not bother with rosters is because she can't get one herself. These women oftentimes advocate for these things. If she actually had one, you all know that she'd be whistling a different song, but it really doesn't matter since she can't get a date to save her life anyway.
So I just had one of the most depressing things happen to me. I guess it's not that it's depressing, but as someone who's getting older and is going to be 50 in a couple of weeks, I literally just got back from the city. I had to lug my suitcase up and over the overpass, so up a million flights of stairs and down a million flights of stairs. And there must have been at least 20 men and boys of different ages just walk right by me, watching me, carrying this huge suitcase up and down the stairs.
The more women like this complain, the more they tell on themselves. They don't want a man for companionship. They just want a man to help lift heavy objects and pay for things for them. That's really it.
None of them even stopped. No one even gave me a second glance. And it's so hard getting old, because when I was young, men would have fallen all over to take my suitcase. Like, I never had to lift my suitcase. I never had to put it up in the airport. I never had to do anything. Like, someone would always help me. And getting old, you become completely invisible. Like, it's like you're not even there. And it's really an adjustment, and sad that you just disappear as a woman to men. They don't care. They're not going to help you. Nobody even notices you if you're not a certain age. So anyway, it's depressing.
We live in a world where if a man helps a woman, he runs the risk of being destroyed in the court of public opinion for helping her, quote unquote, in the wrong way. Men are not obligated to be gentlemen, since modern women destroyed any incentive to be gentlemen. It's her luggage, it's her problem.
There's a lot of women waiting for men to approach them, but then shaming the men who do. I think one of the solutions there is we should allow people to shoot their shot in a non-creepy way.
It's interesting because if you go on TikTok or if you go on X, you'll find a lot of videos of women filming themselves as a guy inappropriately came and made a gesture to them and then like publicly shaming them on the internet. It's very popular to do in the gym.
Yeah.
They set up a phone, they're working out, a guy comes over and asks if they need help with the weights. It then goes viral online because that guy was being inappropriate.
There's no such thing as a man being able to approach a woman in the right way. That's because the right way has nothing to do with how attractive that woman finds the man. And if she thinks he's ugly, then she's just going to call him creepy by default anyway.
So like as a guy, it's quite complicated to know how and where you can roll up without being filmed and going viral.
We talked about the first dating paradox, which is just the idea that women now need more from men and are raising the bar because they can be providers on their own, but men weren't taught how to do that, and there's sometimes shame for it. So I think the second big dating paradox is that men are expected to lead and to approach, but I truly feel like in a post-Me Too era, it's much more confusing. And so many people say to me, I don't want to meet on an app. That's not romantic. I want to meet in real life.
The types of women who say that meeting men through apps isn't romantic weren't saying that when they were the ones getting endless amounts of attention online. It's only after the well dries up that they want to complain that the apps aren't working anymore.
Y'all, tell me why my coworker today just randomly asked me to give her $100. And she said she would give it back to me tomorrow. Now, we don't know each other that well at all. It's not like we're like friends. We're cool, like we're like work friends. But the thing that bothered me, because literally I try to be a generous person. Like right now, I'm not working my normal 9 to 5. I'm working the same jobs that she works. But I try to be generous with people as much as I can.
She asked for money because she's terrible with what little she makes, so she's at the point where she needs to beg people she barely knows for financial help, which strangely enough has slightly more dignity than immediately going to OF to create content for money.
But literally, the reason why I told her no was because this girl be like, my man, my man, my man, all the time. Every time I talk to her, she talking about her man and she talking about her man. And I just paid my mortgage this month. I have to pay my credit card bill, and I also have to pay my business credit card bill. And then Christmas is coming up, so I'm thinking, and she older than me, so I'm sitting here looking like, I was actually kind of taken aback that she asked me for $100, right?
Her boyfriend either doesn't have a lot of money, or he just refuses to give her money because he knows that to give her $100 would be to just completely waste it. Men were not put on this earth to be ATMs to entitled modern women who don't know how to manage their own money.
So when I told her basically no, in whatever way I told her, I was like, why you ain't asking your man for money? And she said, oh, well, I just asked my baby daddy for some money, but he gave me some money on Thanksgiving. I just didn't want to ask him yet. One of my biggest pet peeves is when somebody got a man, but they asking another woman to do stuff for them.
This is an incredibly specific pet peeve. This woman should not be concerning herself with the financial problems between two people she barely knows, but apparently this scenario bothers her so much that she needs to whine about it on TikTok, even though it literally doesn't involve her.
If you have a man, he should be the first one you going to. She telling me how she buying him Christmas trees and she doing this and she doing that, and it's like my man, my man, my man all the time. And I'm like, but you don't even know me. You asking me for $100? I don't even have friends and family members that ask me for $100. I was just like, if I had a man, and I told her this too. I said, if I had a man, my hand would be out.
It's probably a good thing that she doesn't have a man because she only values men who are willing to give her money. At that point, she's not looking for a boyfriend, she's just panhandling with extra steps.
A man, my hand would be out. And not even like in no way like, no, like give me money that I don't need. If I need something, the first person I'm gonna go to is my man. What is the point of having a man? That's like when women live with men and they struggling. It's not to say you can't struggle, you can't fall on hard times, but you struggling and your man don't got 2-3 jobs, or you got two. And I'm not saying men are supposed to just work to the bone and just be used, and I don't believe that.
She literally just said that if she had a man in her life, she would be using him for money. It's rather difficult to be able to walk back saying something so stupid when you admitted to wanting to do the opposite less than 3 sentences ago.
But if you got a man, ask that man for some money. Why are you asking me? I'm just a girl as well. Like, that floored me. Like, I was kind of looking at her differently. Like, me? Why are you asking me for money? I don't know. It weirded me out.
This is exactly why men have given up on women like this. They try to justify taking everything they can from a guy while also acting like an emotional victim. It's just not worth it anymore. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Click this video that's up on the screen now if you want to see more. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.